Do you wanna play Star Wars Hunters after this?
I told my brother I'd play First Descendants with him after this.
You have a brother?
I have two brothers.
You have two brothers?
Yeah.
You've got to be the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, you act like it.
What does that mean?
You act like the youngest brother. I don't know how to describe that, but you just do.
Yeah, I have two brothers and three sisters.
Holy fuck. Damn, your parents was fucking.
They're all half siblings.
Damn, your parents was fucking separately.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy because for all that fucking, you're a virgin.
No.
Yep.
No.
You let that cat out of the bag a while ago. You don't remember telling us?
I've never told you anything about my sex life.
Yeah, you told us you were a virgin. I remember you were like, "Hey everyone, welcome to Exotics Encyclopedia of Force Facts." All right, Exotic, your episode. Go ahead. Tell the viewers what they're in for.
Tell the viewers what they're in for? Don't really know what they're in for with us.
Maybe a bad time. I don't. Yeah.
God damn it. Just say hi and intro the episode, fucking nerd.
Hi. Intro to episode.
I hate both of you so much.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the shit show. We enjoy having you guys here.
Same shit, different toilet.
Yeah, pretty much. But welcome to another amazing topic hosted by yours truly. This week we will be talking about the OG Clone Wars trilogy, the 2003-2005 animated series that appeared on Cartoon Network.
Did you just call it a trilogy?
Series?
You said trilogy.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, hey, he's
run
gonna
it
have to
back. I
make
don't
an
know what I
apology. Nah, he's gonna have to make an apology video too.
If I did, my bad.
yeah.
I meant OG Clone Wars series. All right, that better for you?
Well, do you agree to make an apology video if you're wrong?
I don't know
That
what the fuck I said, to be honest.
I don't.
But
Sorry.
the point came across.
You're correct. I'm glad he picked this topic because the 2D micro series I feel like does not get enough love in my opinion. And I think it's really good. One of the things that I love most about this period of Star Wars, specifically between like the prequel trilogy era, is it shows how like militant the Jedi become, and I think the micro series does a better job than the Clone Wars series does at showing that. Also, ball sacks on the back of Corrin heads.
And it showcases my favorite bounty hunter, Dirge. Dirge go crazy.
But also, ball sacks on the back of Corrin heads. Please tell me you guys saw that.
Yeah. that little part with Kit Fisto and the Scuba Troopers, probably like one of the better parts to it.
I thought it was so funny that they just actually put ball sacks on the back of those characters.
Definitely did them dirty a little bit.
A little bit. So what was your, I mean, like you mentioned Dirg, but like what was your favorite little mini episode from that series? If you can't narrow it down to just one, you can give us multiple.
It's probably between two. It would be the one where with Kit Fisto and them going underwater with the Scuba Troopers, because the Scuba Troopers look kind of dope, and the one with Dirge, the speeders and the lances. That shit was fucking amazing. And it had Obi-Wan's best outfit by far.
I think my favorite is definitely the Mace Windu 1v1000. I love that shit.
He was like actually just throwing hands left and right with the droids.
I mean, literally, he's standing out fucking numbered, and he's like, yeah, you guys can surrender if you want. And they're all confused, and he's like, I said what I said.
And they
fucking clone troopers jousting.
I mean, Obi-Wan in a clone trooper uniform. Like,
yeah, that's pretty. It does look pretty dope. How you gonna have? They got blasters and they're just full on like cavalry charge with lances on speeders at droids.
Speaking
that
of
was
droids,
working though.
Like the droids in the 2D micro series, I like them so much better than the droids from the Clone Wars series because like they're not like, granted, I like the slight comedic relief that they provide sometimes, but like in the 2D micro series, it's literally like you see droids, you see clones, and there's just beef. There's no like banter. There's just, we're fighting to fucking kill each other. I love that about it.
And like every time like a big droid dies, it just explodes randomly.
Also, the 2D micro series shows off the fucking ARC troopers like no other too.
Commander Fordo, right? What's his name?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't
Yes.
know any of their names.
Yeah, or Captain Fordo, Alpha 77. That little squad. That's also in like top favorite episodes is whenever him and his little ARC trooper squad go and save Ki-Adi-Mundi, Shakti, and Aayla Secura from Grievous.
I like the opening ARC troop. Like, it was like what, like the second or third episode where like they're flying in on Munilist and the fucking droid shoots them down. Like the Lardy that they're in gets fucking hit and none of them react anyway. And that fucking pilot lands that shit and they get out and they fucking go. Like they hit the ground fucking running. And then I also like part like what I loved as a kid and I love now is like they don't talk. They just fucking use those hand signs. And I don't know what the fuck them hand signs mean. I don't know how they know what the fuck them hand signs mean, but they be fucking doing it.
I mean, we've seen in the books plenty that they had their whole playbook, like war playbook in hand signs pretty much, so they could communicate on like, stealth ops and stuff, right?
Yeah, but they don't usually use it in like the other series compared to the 2D series.
No, for sure.
They try to flesh out like the voices of them.
Yeah, they want to make the clones seem more like human and more relatable versus just, guys in helmets, right? They don't want it. They didn't want them to be just like another stormtrooper-esque kind of thing.
I know it's a little off topic, but since you mentioned Stormtrooper, one thing that I wish like Disney would focus on, since they have the series in their hands now, is that transition from clone Stormtroopers to conscripted Stormtroopers. Because everyone knows about the emphasis, like Stormtroopers suck, like even Exotic says I aim like a Stormtrooper when I'm playing Hunters. And like, I wish that they would show and explain, well, why that is. Because you go from genetically bred soldiers to just anyone and they fucking mama can sign up for the fucking Empire and be a Stormtrooper.
They don't even have like a in-depth like boot camp or anything for the Stormtroopers. They're just like, here's a blaster, here's here's the commands, here's how you walk, boom.
I don't know if that's how it is in canon, but in Legends that's not the case, because they have to go to the Imperial Academy on Karita, and like even Han Solo like struggled in his like stint to become an Imperial soldier. Like in the way that they made it seem in Legends is that like it was actually like very competitive, very hard. Like if you didn't make certain scores after rigorous testing, like you would get kicked out and then you couldn't be. But like the results,
but that was mainly for the officers, right?
Well, he was a pilot.
Yeah, but like most of the Imperial Academy, but most of the like stuff we hear about the Imperial Academy comes from like the officers talking about their time there, not necessarily we get the like POVs of the stormtroopers at the academy, right? Because like the officers go through more training and that kind of stuff than the stormtroopers do.
Well, what was homie's name that crashed on Yavin 4 that the twins find? Coral was just a regular ass stormtrooper, and he was talking about like how his training was fucking rigorous, and all he was a TIE pilot that was flying around the Death Star and crashed on Yavin after it exploded. And he made it seem like...
I think we should call him a TIE Pider from now on.
TIE Pider. I'm sorry, look, words are hard, okay, bitch?
I like TIE Pider.
I also kind of like TIE Pider also. But no, he was a TIE pilot, like regular ass TIE pilot who just crashed, and he was like describing the training, and he's trying to train the future stormtroopers of the Shadow Academy. He puts them through the shits. So I was always under the impression that it was actually rigorous, but it just seemed like the results did not match the training.
See, yeah, I just always felt like it was the rigorous training and so I mean it makes sense for a pilot to have more than a regular like cannon fodder kind of trooper, right? But like I always felt it was more like the officers that had the more rigorous stuff. Because I don't remember from the those two books, the Mara Jade, like what Defiance and the other one, I don't remember those guys talking about going through a ton of training, even though they were like spec ops guys.
Oh, you mean Allegiance and Choices of One?
That one, yeah. Sorry, not Defiance, Allegiance.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm just
going based off of those. Like that's where we get like the POV the most of stormtroopers at all. So that's kind of what I was going off of.
I just still wish the point that I was trying to make was I wish that like Disney would show something about the decline of quality, or maybe not show the decline of quality, but kind of like explain, like to give the reason why like Stormtrooper aim is just so fucking bad by the time you get to the like OG trilogy after you see like all these badass clones, right?
But I mean, are we seeing that in Bad Batch though?
Not really.
I feel like we saw a lot of that in Bad Batch. Like,
I mean, we see that the clones train the incoming stormtroopers, but we don't really see the decline. The group that, what's his name? Crosshair. His name is Crosshair, right? Yeah, Crosshair.
Yeah.
The group that Crosshair takes, they're pretty fucking badass. Like, they think he's obsolete.
Yeah, and like the initial ones, like the early ones, sure, but like we see the like Emperor, who's even talking about like, and what's his face? Was it Rampart?
Hemlock?
I guess Hemlock. Yeah, Hemlock and the other one that are like talking to big blue guy Amada, saying like, you know, we need cheap troopers, we need loyal cheap troopers that we can just throw at problems, not, you know, expensive, highly trained, you know, people who have autonomy or feel bad about doing what they're doing, right? They wanted to get rid of the clones so bad. They wanted the cheapest freaking military they could get, because they wanted to conquer the entire galaxy, and they just needed bodies. They didn't give a shit about how good the bodies were. They just want bodies. Let's look at like what the Empire does in the end, right? Like all of their focus is on building big laser weapons and bigger star destroyers, and yeah, okay, they put some, you know, troops on them, but most of their firepower is from their big guns. They don't, the little guys, they didn't give a shit. They built a second Death Star, like, just, you know, for fuck it reasons.
I think that one of the cooler things, well, I wouldn't even say it's a cooler thing. Like, first off, the Empire just definitely all's in on that quantity over quality kind of thing with their troopers at the end. But like, I don't know, that's why I like the clones so much, because they had both. They had quantity and quality. What was the, I still don't see the point. And I think we mentioned this in like the Bad Batch episode too, is like, I don't understand the reasoning behind that. Like, if you want law and order, why not spend the money to just have the fucking genetically bred loyal badasses keep the peace?
Because they're all going to die out.
Yeah, I think it was mainly because they were starting to question what they were doing. Because, I mean, like, they were bred to kill droids and serve the Republic, and how they're seeing what the Empire's doing and being like, hey, that's kind of fucked up. When you could just go hire fucking Joe Schmo off the street, be like, here's some credits, just fight for us, and you'll keep getting credits to feed your family.
Yeah, like making your army out of citizens of the Republic versus clone child soldier kind of deals. The people were afraid of the clones like rising up and stuff, the senators and whatnot. I think we saw a little bit of that in Bad Batch too. Like they want them out because they're afraid of them, but making your army out of your citizens, then they're like, oh yeah, our citizens want to protect us. They're not just gonna on a moment's notice. Because after the Order 66, people were afraid that the next order, whatever, Order 67, I forget what they all are. Order 65 was kill the Chancellor, but like they were afraid that the next order was gonna be them.
That is true. And I guess like because of how war torn the galaxy is, you're more likely to be like, oh yeah, they're gonna give me money and I get to be, you know, like have constant wages and protect the galaxy that is now free from this strife. Sure, I guess I can see that. All right, but back to, I know I kind of derailed us as always. It's just I don't know. One of my favorite things about Star Wars may not necessarily be like the political, you know, like landscape of things, but I like to see how the political ideological clashes take root in the decisions that governing bodies make in the Star Wars universe. Even though it was Palpatine all along, like in the micro series, you really see how the Jedi, and I was mentioning earlier, how the Jedi transformed to this peacekeeping group, or from this peacekeeping group to this more militant group, because of, you know, like the events of quote unquote like Sifo Dyas, like asking the Kaminoans to conscript this army, having them have to join the fucking clone troopers on the battlefield, get spread out so thinly that when Palpatine is finally ready to drop the Order 66 bomb, that there's no way for the Jedi to counteract it, because they're not centralized anymore. They're spread out. They're outnumbered by all these clones, so they have no chance to fight back. That's the part that I like. So I really like this series because, again, it hones in on the militant factor that really ingratiates itself into how the Jedi govern and delegate themselves across the galaxy.
It's fair, yeah. I mean, we definitely see like the transition for especially Anakin and Obi-Wan in that whole bit, going from like wide-eyed Padawan kind of deal to just battle-scarred warrior.
I'm also glad you mentioned Anakin. I can't fucking stand his voice actor in the 2D micro series.
I mean, I like it more than than the the other series of the Clone Wars.
You do?
Because yeah, because he's a teenager in that era right there. In the other series, he sounds a lot older than his age is.
But it sounds more like Hayden Christensen as opposed to like, I don't know, whatever the fuck that dude sounds like. Like, granted, he did his shit. Like, he had some good moments, but his voice just sounds so counter to every other Anakin voice sounds similar to themselves, except for that one. That's the outlier. I mean, obviously, like, Anakin from episode 1 is different too, but like, every other time you hear Anakin's voice, whether it's the Clone Wars movie, the Clone Wars series, episode 2, episode 3, like, all 4 of those sound the same. And then you have the 2D micro series where, yes, sure, he's a teenager, but he doesn't sound like Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
I also just have a very big Hayden Christensen boner, so that might be influencing my decision and opinion on this matter.
I guess we can just agree to disagree.
That's what we always end up doing, you bitch. Just throw hands for fucking once. Stand on business.
I'm always on business. You just don't know what type of business.
Okay, what type of business you on? Go. Tell the fans.
I don't need to tell you my business.
Okay, I didn't say me. I said the fans.
Exactly. But in turn, you would hear it.
What? Oh, okay. I can cover my ears. La 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 la. Say it. La 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 la. Did he say it?
Yeah.
He didn't say it.
We get to see Count Dooku actually recruiting Ventress, which was pretty cool. Aside from her just like showing up in the other series.
I don't think this is necessarily a hot take, but the 2D micro series Ventress is the least bangable version of Ventress.
I think they're all least bangable.
More
power to
The Bad Batch version?
Bad Batch, exactly. I know I've already mentioned my thoughts on that, but that bitch can get it upside down on the cross if she wanted to. I'll go out like St. Peter. I don't give a fuck.
That's wild.
They really made Shakti like a fucking badass in this. She's got so many scenes.
She got worked by Grievous. She was doing pretty good against the Magna Guards, but she got worked.
That's
by
what I'm talking
first
about.
time.
Magna Guards. Nobody really did well against Grievous except Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan used what? A blaster.
I mean, you also got
Windu. Sure.
Well, no, I was gonna say everybody's favorite Jedi get fucking one tapped by him. Shaggy. Did y'all know that was that Jedi's name?
Nope.
No, actually.
Yep. His name is Shaggy, and he's supposed to look like Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo series.
Wait, for real?
Yep.
Oh, dude.
You didn't see that correlation? Like he looks exactly like Shaggy.
I never got that. Fuck. I also, you know what, the 2D micro series also, like, one, I think it does, like, I don't know if this is necessarily a better thing either, but like, it does not hide the fact that Palpatine is fucking evil. I mean, like, they gave him like the fucking long ass claw-like digits. Like, he looks fucking evil in that one, as opposed to like Ian McDermott, like, you know, like at least somewhat coming off as kind of like a, you know, like a very calm, chill dude. Like, Palpatine in the 2D micro series looks fucking evil as shit. And it's also funny because like there are so many times where like Yoda and Obi-Wan cut them eyes at each other whenever Palpatine does some shit that like he clearly should not be doing, as opposed to like the micro series where like you can tell that they kind of have their eye on Palpatine, and especially in like episode 3 where they have their eye on Palpatine, but like they're just like, we're so tired of this guy's shit in the 2D micro series. And then you guys were mentioning like the Jedi. I also think the 2D micro series does a better job at like actually showing how badass the Jedi Masters are. The Clone Wars gives each of them, you know, a little showing, right? You know, you get to see a little bit of like Kit Fisto and Luminara and you know, a couple here and there. But I think because of like that militant aspect and them having to show like how the Jedi act like in the Clone Wars, like I think that it does the better job at showing how badass the Jedi Masters of that time still are. Like, granted, they're not as strong as Palpatine and the Sith, in my opinion, but like they're still strong in their own right, and that was one thing that I liked about the 2D micro series, because like, I mean, episode 3 absolutely fucking embarrasses them, and like, granted, like you get like, yes, they're versus the culmination of 1,000 years of the rule of 2, and I understand that, but like I feel like they could have had a little bit of something, and I know Hunter's gonna be like, well, the deleted scene could have done that, but even the deleted scene still only gives them like 25 extra seconds of combat time.
Yeah.
The 2D micro series definitely gives the Jedi some of their props for that era.
I mean, okay, Kit Fisto in the deleted scene does put up a bit more of a fight, but the other two, they still got bodied. Like, maybe they blocked one lightsaber blow, but Palpatine just like, he didn't even look at him when he killed him. He just hit him from behind. Like, he swung his lightsaber behind him, dead. He didn't even
hit
look.
it from the back, is what you're saying? The game
yes,
man hit it from the back?
He hit it from the back, and 2 Jedi Masters went down like Like a knife through butter.
No stamina.
Yeah, because like you get to see Kid Fisto in the whenever they were on the water planet, fucking make force bubbles and just lob them through that fucking big ass laser droid. You don't see
And
that.
then Palpatine just like, two taps him.
Yeah, it was kind of
yeah.
Or the fucking what's it called? That one Jedi with the horns. Fuck, what's his name?
Irrelevant. He dead.
No,
Stacey 10?
he was in the micro series.
The tusks or the horns?
The horns that go like down around his face. He
With
he wore
one
like
cut off?
clone like yeah.
I think, yeah, Stacey 10.
But yeah, he was dope as fuck in the micro series. Whenever he was just like, this ship is gone, let's get a new one, and then just proceeds to jump through space and just boards and steals an entire fucking Confederate cruiser. It was
there's
it was in
Agen
the-
Kolar and then there's Stacey 10. Stacey 10's the one with the horns that come around his face.
You're talking about this guy? This is the only one I can find from the micro
Yeah,
series. Yeah, Stacey 10.
like that armor looks badass, and then he just proceeds to be like, yeah, this ship's mine now, and just takes an entire fucking Confederate ship in a matter of minutes.
And then blows up another one.
Yeah, it's like you don't see that in the other series, in the actual Clone Wars series.
No, in the Clone Wars series, you see Anakin sacrificing Venator, whatever class they are, cruisers, just to, he's just like, hey, look, this is a sneak attack, and he'll just launch a cruiser past somebody so he can sneak by. Bro, they just waste that shit.
Mhm.
Anakin literally, like, half the fucking military budget goes to Anakin's starships that he keeps fucking breaking.
Bro, but he's best starship pilot in the galaxy, right?
He's not best cruiser pilot in the galaxy.
Surely not. I guess the last thing that I have to say that I really enjoy about the 2D micro series is like some of the context that we get. I know Exotic mentioned it in one of his, I think it was one of his Force facts about Grievous, like how you see Mace Windu give him the fucked up lungs. But I also like the background that they provide for Anakin Scar too. That fight with Ventress, that's like top tier animated fight in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite fights of all time.
With the
Anakin.
rain and everything.
Yeah.
And you also kind of
That
see
rain
Anakin.
sounds so nice. And like it's sizzling off the sabers and everything. So sick.
Yeah, you also get to see like Anakin like kind of leaning into the dark side to beat her, feeding into his anger. That was pretty cool.
I think the best...
It feeds into his anger in every single fight he's ever in.
Yeah, I think the best representation of that was from the other Clone Wars series, though, because like they start playing the Vader theme in the background. I think it's when they go to Mortis, right? Like when you see like Vader and like he has that flash of Vader in his head. I think that was the best foreshadowing about the dark side fall. But yeah, no, the micro series does a great job at showing Anakin. I also like, I prefer the design that they have his hand in the micro series as opposed to how you see it in the regular Clone Wars series. Like, I granted it's a different animation style, but I just like, I don't know, it feels like it fits better in my opinion. Like, I think it looks the coolest in episode 3 because of like the shiny like Erodium / chromium look that it has. But I just really like how it fits Anakin's design in the micro series.
Well, the micro series is before he because he loses it in that micro series on the cold planet whenever he's fucking saving the animal people that turned into fucking monsters by the
and then that's when he gets the black.
Yeah, that's when he
one with,
when he
the
gets the
glove.
black one.
There's a black one?
Yeah,
like
one
the
he
normal
has
one that you
in-
see.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Oh,
he has
it
there.
was
He-
still
He gets
gold,
it in the
though.
Mike series. No, he I literally just watched it this morning. It had like black instead of being all gold, it was black with maybe like goldish joints and stuff, but the majority of it was black at that point.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it. I see what you're saying. Okay, I guess I didn't catch that the first time. I kind of skimmed through it while I was rewatching it because I watched it all the way through like 3 times.
Yeah, I thought it was shorter than it was, but it was actually pretty long from what
I was thinking that too because like the first part was like an hour 10 minutes and then the second one was like 37 or something like that. So yeah, if you got 2 hours, guys, definitely consider going to watch the 2D micro series. Very, very well done for the fact that 1, it was a micro series, 2, it was done by Cartoon Network, and 3, it gives you another perspective that the other Clone Wars series kind of hints at, but really, again, hones in on that like militant aspect of the Jedi in that era.
And it has the best showings for ARC troopers and showing how badass they are.
Absolutely. Hard agree. We can
Yeah,
agree to
that's-
agree on this one.
Yeah, like I definitely want a replica of that gunship that they had. That shit was dope as hell.
Velarde?
There's a Lego one. They released the Lego one from that, the exact like styling on it.
The Lardy one
know
from
I-
the Grievous episode or a different one?
Yeah, the Grievous from the Grievous episode.
The one with the mouth on it and stuff.
Yeah, like the blue paint across
Oh
the
yeah,
top.
yeah.
They just released a Lego one of that. I
Like
saw it at
recently?
Target the other day. It's a new set.
Damn, I might have to pick it up.
He's
Because I know
definitely
whenever-
gonna pick it up.
Yeah, whenever I was a kid, I knew I had like the action figure version of it, to where it was like actually just one piece, and you had like all the ARC troopers with it. But it is lost to time, so I don't know where the fuck that's at.
I thought you said your dad got rid of it.
Probably, but I have no idea where the fuck it went. It just disappeared. Be sure to follow all of our socials, anywhere you listen to your podcasts, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube even. We are also having a website coming soon, hopefully.
Yep, totally.
Yep. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, formerly known as X, and be sure to check us out every week. We try to be releasing stuff, as long as the kid allows it.
I'd be sick, okay? Don't blame me. It's not my fault. It's my body.
And have a great rest of y'all's day.
May the force be with you, everyone.
Peace out.